Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, North River Campground, and this is such a big improvement. Really nice here. This is a gorgeous layout. There's a big lake in the middle. This is near Shawboro, Shawboro, North Carolina. So we're now in North Carolina today, and it's a good level spot. I had to do just a little bit on the right side over there, but a wonderful pad and mosquitoes, so we're just going to have to keep doped up here. But they do have a little cafe restaurant type thing here. They have burgers and dogs and wings and pizza. It's Hunt Brothers pizza. I've never tried it before, so we may give that a shot. And then we're going to do some sightseeing, so I'll include those videos, short clips of them, not real long. Those will be at the end of the camping, so I'll try to give pointers on where those are and the times that you can skip ahead if you want to watch those or whatever. Wanted to get out and take a few snaps around here. What's at the campground? Now we're right up this way in spot number 7. There's some back ends and pull ends up there. So there's your lake over there. They do have a large screened in pavilion over there for group activities, so you could reserve that, I'm sure. And a volleyball court, playground area for the kiddos there. And I'm walking back up towards the office. Now if you say, boy, that sure is a big thing over there. Well, actually they have a motel here. I think about 7 rooms. It looks really, really nice. Then over on this side they do have some horseshoes if you're so inclined. Looking at the map, it said there were some tent sites along this way. So they must be on the other side, or they've done away with them. I'm not sure which, but you'd have to go through there. So I wanted to walk up here and show you a few things. I've got to check in with them. They have a propane fill over there. After 6 months and about 2 weeks, one of my tanks, 30-pound, ran out. February 5th is when I filled it last, turned it on, and on my side it lasted a little over 6 months, and that's primarily all cooking, and when we're on the road, running the fridge on gas. So it lasts a long, long time, guys. So let's check out the men's bathhouse here. Someone was in there. Oh well, they did have a shower in there and a toilet. So I doubt if very many people actually need that here because they're almost all full hookups. So maybe for the tenters. There's a pool over there, and we'll walk over there in a bit. I wanted to take a look at the laundry here real quick. So laundry area. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A couple of dryers over here. They say $1 on the washers, so that's pretty good. I'll take that. There's some reading material for you if you need that. So it's fairly clean. Looks like the washers are a little bit old, but I'm sure they're clean on the inside. Oh, that big building may have been their home, because I think right here is are the motel rooms. By golly, look at that. They got people staying here. I mean, this place is in the middle of nowhere, but they have people staying here. That is crazy. This is something else. Oh, check it out. They have a game room. It's closed right now due to the good old COVID thing, but they have some games in there, and oh, yeah. Looks like a, what do you call it? Ping? No, I can't even remember. Paddleball, yeah, whatever. And on down this way, this is the front. They do have a mini golf area here. Not sure how many people partake in that, but it's a mini golf. This is the backside or front side, if you will, of the motel rooms. And up here is the eating area. So this is the office area and the little restaurant. They have a menu of hamburgers, hot dogs, and Hunt's Brother pizza, like I said. And hey, how bad could it be, huh? DVDs, exchanges, and whatever that is. Great plays. Some kind of a game, I guess. All right. See if anybody's here. I need to get that propane looked at. Oh, check this out. This is an old Philco TV. Do you believe that? I have never even seen one of those, and I've seen a lot of old TVs. There's a singer and another radio. That's awesome. We have a pool area for you. You got a wading pool for the little kiddos and a nice clean pool. The gentleman is cleaning up here. Some people fishing over there. And this is just behind the screened-in pavilion over there. There's a dock where you can rent some paddle boats if you want. No motorized vehicles out there, but they have two of them. One's on a bicycle. How cool is that? Well, I'll wrap up today for you for North River Campground. This has been a very nice place to stay. So, I mean, they got everything you really need, even though we didn't go swimming or volleyball or any of that stuff, obviously. But it was very quiet here, very relaxing. Loved watching people fish out there. I guess there's bluegill and crappie and something else in there. I can't, catfish maybe. So one guy said there are some big ones, so you could do that if you'd like without leaving home. The sites that we went to see, I'll show short clips after this, maybe 2 to 4 minutes long. You can use the little right arrow on your thing to skip through if you're not interested in seeing one, but it's all about the sites. That's why we came here. Kitty Hawk was my thumbs up. I liked it just for the history and being there. Some are better than others, you know, whatever. Be sure to have your senior access pass, your Golden Age passport to get into the national monuments. Would I come again? Yes. Would I stay anywhere else? There were RV campgrounds along the road going down to Hatteras, but they looked a little cramped, and I know they're expensive. So as far as we're concerned, you know, we drove 232 miles that one day down to Hatteras and back. So it's a long trip, but it was a day trip. We were here 5 days. So look at the short clips afterwards of things to see in the area if you'd like to. If you're not going to make it this way, I put those up for people that just aren't going to make it here so they can get an idea of what it's like. The websites do a tremendous job too. Some of them have videos, but the history is just incredible. So thank you guys. We're heading out to Goose Creek State Park, and hopefully we'll have some internet. We've got a few skeeters around here, so got to watch out. I got one right there in the middle of my forehead yesterday. So take care, get out there and do it Garland style. Thank you much. Let's start this trip here to the Outer Banks at the Wright Brothers Visitor Center. I see they do have some pamphlets and passport stamp over there. So there's quite a few people here. I'm really surprised. But I guess this be the area. There's a monument up there. You can drive your car up there. And fairly adequate parking. So let's get a passport stamp for this Bubba. Not real sure how well this is going to show up, but this is a replica of the airplane that they flew. On inside, of course, it's closed, but the shop was open, so we were able to get a sticker. I'm not sure if these photos are out here all the time, but it does go through 1900, 1901, 2, and 3. They had 3 airplanes that they tried. So there's little descriptions on these. Probably, I'm a picture person, so I'm more of a visual, so it really helps to see that. And then over there was the plane. Now this is there's the workshops where they worked on the planes, and then down here marker 1, 2, and 3, and then they flew down this way, down to that last marker down there, number 4, where they landed their first flight. So this will be interesting. I see, yeah. So there's not a lot to it. You can walk up to the monument. Not sure if we will or not. We'll see. Gorgeous day though today. Just a slight breeze, and that sure helps. It's like 85 or 87 today. So this was also their camp that they stayed in, and as well it was the workshop. So they actually stayed here on site, and bear in mind at that time this was all sand, not grass, so you didn't land on grass as easily as you did sand. That was one of the conditions they needed for test flights. I can't see diddle squat, so I hope this is coming through all right for you. You could pause to read. So they had the liftoff point, and then the first flight was 120 feet, the second one was 175, 200 feet, and the last one was 852 feet. How cool. Boy, talk about baby steps. So there you go. Here's the monument. Two of them right there. And they had tracks that they used to launch the plane. And then went right on down that way, right out there. Very interesting. When they finished the long final run, they were kind of holding it down and discussing what to do next, maybe to fly over to the telegraph station, and a big gust of wind came up and blew it over and over again, tilted just sideways and just beat it to death. That was the end of that plane. We're at the top of the hill here where the monument is. There's the ocean out that way. And at the monument. Quite impressive. Very nice. Take a picture on the other side. And the view from the other side, I think this is the north. I think that's pointing north. So there's your landing field down there, and take off. So this is pretty awesome. I see water way over there in the distance. So I think we're pretty much surrounded by water here. We are here at the Fort Raleigh National Historic Site. And I think this is on Roanoke Island, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, very pretty here. Wow. Got a big park out there. Lots of parking too. So, we'll see what's here. So we will go ahead and go through this. I'll scan this a little bit here for you to read. And hopefully you can pause it. And also part of the Freedmen's Colony monument, or the monument is here. So if they made it to across the Roanoke Creek to here, they were free. It was a safe haven. So we're walking out this way. We're going to see what's out this way and give it a shot. There's some Elizabethan Gardens inside here. They built this to resemble an Elizabethan garden area. So let's go inside and see what's there. Alrighty, well, we paid our $9 a piece, and I guess this is a 10-acre garden, so it's pretty large. This is just outside the door of the gift shop slash give up your money area. And there's scan codes that on plaques around here. You can take a tour by listening to some prepaid stuff on your phone. Well, this is probably the prettiest spot in here. This is the Sunken Gardens, and very nice place. Kick back, throw in a lawn chair, and have a beer. No, I don't think so. Very nice. It kept it up well. There's people running around cleaning all the time here. Now, this is a woodland garden, and evidently they like to pay homage to him. Need some change? Crazy. We went over to see the Earthen Mounds. Now, they found a slight depression and checked it out and found out that's how it was originally built, and it was almost to the ground when they discovered that, and they rebuilt it. And they're not sure what it was used for. Too small for troops or for a fort or for settlers, so they still don't know what it's for. But they were in this area. So we're going to go over here and see the monument now. Now the fort was here in this area?
Yes. Now we know the activity took place on the northern end of the island, but much of the, like the palisade fence that wrote Croatoan, the tree that sits CRO, is probably underwater. We know that it's receded there probably as much as a half mile in all this time. But there were fortification foundations discovered. And we know the second group of guys, the 1585 crew, was led by a fortifications expert.
On your way to Cape Hatteras, there's a stamp and a passport book, I guess, for Bodie Island Lighthouse. So we thought we'd stop off here, get a stamp, walk out here, and see what there is to see. Well, what there was to see out here is a marsh. The ocean's over there, and that lighthouse is a long way away from the shore. Hope you don't think you got a ways to go to get to the lighthouse when you're coming in by a boat. Now we're at the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse or Light Station, and this is a National Seashore, so Linda will pick up the stamp here, and we're getting down there. We stopped to have a bite to eat, filled up. Oh, it's a long way down here. There's probably the lighthouse keeper's building. And there we go. This guy's up there. Looks pretty stable, pretty sturdy to me. Cape Hatteras Lighthouse. Well, today we're going to go through the Great Dismal Swamp National Wildlife Refuge. This is the Lake Drummond Wildlife Drive. There's some different ones that you can go through, located at different points throughout the park. The one we're going to do is, I think, down here where it says Railroad Ditch, because the office is just here. and that was closed down, unfortunately. So we're going to go through here, take an auto tour. There's some hiking trails around, and it's just a great big dismal swamp. Woohoo! Looks like through this area they had to have had a tornado go through. There's just a swath through here where all these trees have been uprooted, broken in half, right down this road. It's crazy. Really did some damage. Oh, we made it down to the lake here. It's not a long drive by any means, pretty narrow road. You have to pull over and be careful not to slip inside of anything. I guess they have the no parking all along there just for turnaround, although you could have made it. Anyways, they've got a boat launch right here for a small boat. Be a trick to get a big boat down here completely, because this area is got just a very narrow road coming in all the way. I doped up after getting out to register to come in here. It's $5 for an auto. I have Reserve America, so there's a checkbox on there for that. And this lake, very interesting, was a big peat moss, peat bottom, sog, whatever you call those, peat bog, and it caught on fire and burned. Must have been during a very dry period. And even though they say that water, if you can see, is very dark and brownish, yeah, maybe over there more on the shore, they say this water is very, very pure. That's crazy. There's where a ditch is spilling in. There's ditches along the side. This is really, really very pretty. Wow, just a big open area. How neat. Nature works in strange ways. Speaking of boats, there's a guy right behind us. Came down a ways. He was a little behind us. I didn't know he was towing a boat, so I'm going to have to move out of the way so he can turn around and back in there. Haven't seen but a couple of birds, a couple of big ones. Lots of turtles. But, wow, gorgeous area. So we're all doped up, and we figured we're going to take at least one walk. So we're going to go down the West Ditch Boardwalk Trail, and it is a boardwalk all the way, so we should be pretty well off. There are poisonous snakes in the area, so we're going to keep a watch on that. This is the West Ditch. There's a noisy croaker. We're at the end of the boardwalk, which is literally only about 75 feet long. It just goes around the corner. There's a big old cypress tree right there. And it's been topped off by lightning. I think if I read correctly, lightning strikes a couple of times have brought it to half of its full height. So this is the end of the boardwalk. So there's not a reason to stay here very long. There's only one parking spot. So this is the swamp, people. How'd you like to muck around in this for a living? Whoa. I managed to get off the road over there. There's one little spot to park. There's one down there where you turn around. So there's not a plethora of parking places around here. We're going to take the Cypress Marsh Boardwalk. That goes up and then it goes out. This is going to be a little longer one. I think worth mentioning here is the fact in 1986 this marsh was restored for fall cypress, the red maple and sweet gum trees were bulldozed down, and then the land was disked and burned and allowed to naturally seed and then grow. So if you think about that, that's been 34 years, and you have this beauty. So in 34 years, you can have something like this in your backyard. Eh? Think about it, kids.